Hey sports fans, Haroon Rashid, Khemeia Consulting, and welcome to Haroon's Hangout, the internationally featured show where we make digital marketing simple, straightforward, and fun. Today, how accountants can get on page one of Google. So this is going to be a really good show just for you accountancy firms out there. But first of all, I just wanted to give a shout out. Today's shout out goes to Rach, who asked me, well, she said that I have bright white teeth and said, do I do anything to my teeth? And the answer is no. I've never had any work done on my teeth. And as to what toothpaste I use Colgate. so yeah, anyway, that's just anyway. So today, maybe you're an accountancy firm and maybe you're stuck or you're frustrated with your digital marketing, and you probably have a website and it's just not working for you. Maybe you're not even getting anywhere near page one of Google. Maybe you're on like page 50 or something like that, and you're just wondering, how do I get my website on page one of Google? How can I start to generate leads, inquiries, and sales through my website, and how can I outrank my competition? Well, today I'm going to show you how to do all of that. So diving straight in, number one, get a good, and I mean good, SEO plan. All right, don't just hire any old guy who thinks he knows about SEO or any kind of random SEO agency. Okay, the world has changed. The online world has changed, and Google has really changed the way that optimization works. So you have to understand the context. Now, it's really good, fine, to get a decent kind of SEO plan, but that's not going to be enough anymore. So at Khemeia Consulting, let me give you an example. At Khemeia Consulting, we have developed a document called the Hammer. Okay, now the Hammer is just a badass SEO document. Okay, excuse my language. It's just a really cool SEO document that shows you all the kind of keywords and phrases you should be ranking for. But then what we also do is we analyze all of your competition, particularly those guys on page one of Google, and we look at what are those guys optimized for. What keywords and phrases are your competitors using? And we can also even determine how much traffic they're getting as a result of those words. Why would you want to do that? Well, the thing is that you might look at your competitors and they might be, if it's an accountancy example, they might be using the keyword accountant Bradford. Sounds okay. But when you look into the numbers, maybe that phrase accountant Bradford only gets 50 hits a month. It's not worth optimizing for. But then they may use another phrase called accountants in Bradford or accountants in Leeds, and that might drive thousands of people to their website every month. Now that is a phrase we want to be ranking for. So we're going to leave the first one, accountant Bradford, and we're now going to go for accountants in Bradford or accountants in Leeds or wherever you are. Does that make sense? So it's not about just ranking anymore. You have to be strategic about this thing, and that Hammer that we do, that we provide, that will help you with that. But I'm not trying to sell you, I'm just telling you just to illustrate the example. Okay, number two, off-page SEO. Did you know that there are two types of SEO you can do? There's on-page and off-page. Now, I'll go on to on-page in just a second, but for this, I just want to talk about off-page for just a second. Off-page is when you optimize the actual page in terms of the title and the meta description. When you open up a website on your browser, if you just hover over the tab, a little box will come up with some text in it, and that's called the page title. Now that information is what is the blue text in a Google search result. And I'll explain all this in the show notes. By the way, we have show notes that are on the blog where I'll be taking some screen grabs and explaining all of this in more detail. But when you Google something, when you get the search results, the blue part is the page title. This is all off-page SEO. This is, what is the page called? Because a lot of people, let's say it's your home page, okay, your accountant's home page, and you may be called Fred's Accountants, okay, whatever, Fred's Accountants. But nobody's going to search for Fred's Accountants. They're going to search for accountants in Bradford. So it makes sense for you to make the page title accountants in Bradford dash Fred's Accountants if you wanted to do it that way, because you need some text that can be searched for, okay? The page title is the most important thing when it comes to SEO, because that's what the Google spiders love, okay? The next thing is the meta description, and that is in the search results. Again, I'll put it in the show notes. It's the black part. It's the description of what's the page about. So rather than just saying Fred's Accountants, okay, you could just say accountants in Bradford, or accountancy firm in Bradford dealing with litigation, criminal law, yada, 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 whatever it is that you do, okay? And you've got these nice keywords and phrases that are showing up in the off-page optimization. That is so important. That is really the starting point to you getting ranked in the search engine results, okay? And again, please, it's really complicated stuff, but I will put it all in the show notes. You'll have a lot of screen grabs, and it will make a lot more sense. Next thing is on-page SEO. Now, this is what everyone focuses on, but even then, people don't get it right, okay? So this is what's actually on the page, and again, I'll show you all the screen grabs in the show notes, but there's like, there's things called H tags, which you need to have. There's things about, making sure that you get the right amount of keywords in the page without stuffing it, okay? That's what we say. You can't just say, we are an accountants in Bradford. As we are an accountancy firm in Bradford, we will deal with all your accountancy needs, or whatever, and all that kind of stuff. And you're thinking, that doesn't sound right, okay? Google has changed the algorithms. There's Google Panda, Google Penguin, Google Hummingbird that came out last year, and they're just, they're not really crazy about those kind of methods. So you just have to write for humans as opposed to trying to appease the search engine, okay? So get your on-page SEO right, and a good SEO person or a good SEO agency will help you do that. The last thing is content, okay? This is so key. Content actually drives your SEO, okay? Everyone is concerned with getting their website on page 1 of Google, but did you know you can get videos ranked on page 1 of Google? Did you know you could get blog posts ranked on page 1 of Google? Did you know you can get slide shares and yada, 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 all this good stuff ranked on page 1 of Google? You see, this is really important, and this is a tweetable. The strength of your SEO is determined by the strength of your content. I'll say that again. The strength of your SEO is determined by the strength of your content. Good content, good SEO. Crap content, crap SEO. And here's the other thing. No content, no SEO. You have to create content. Your customers, and we talk about this over and over and over again. Your customers are after content that solves their problems and needs. They are looking for videos. They are looking for blog posts. They are looking for podcasts. Why can't your accountancy firm start a podcast and talk about all the issues? By the way, I realized that my examples earlier, I used solicitors examples. Sorry about that. But you could be talking about tax relief. You could be talking about bookkeeping for startups. You could be talking all these problems and needs that people are Googling. You could be providing information for that. It would differentiate you, and you will start to rank in the search engines. I hope that you guys have found that useful, guys. I'm going to leave it there. Do check out the show notes, where I'll be putting a load more details and screen grabs and all that kind of good stuff, and it will explain it in more detail. If you're an accountancy firm and you want a bit more help, do contact us. We'll be more than happy to talk to you and to just show you how you can get on page 1 of Google. So remember, this is Haroon's Hangout, where you can watch me live every Wednesday, 10 a.m. Greenwich Meridian time, where we make digital marketing simple, straightforward, and fun. But from me today, I'm going to say, take care, sports fans.